Good evening, YouTubers. This is Angela Logan with Everyday Shenanigans. I hope you all are having a blessed and safe weekend. Right now, I'm going to give you an update on Mr. Antonio Brown, and the story goes kind of like this. Last week, he had a deposition down in Sunny Isles, Florida. I'm assuming Miami, Florida, to resolve an issue with owing an apartment complex that he lived in, a multi-million-dollar condo facility that these people are claiming that he damaged the property, broke items, damaged the apartment. He is countersuing that claim by this real estate company, and he also settled a suit in April with a Mr. Ophir Sternberg, who is a billionaire real estate mogul, for, I guess, allegedly, he threw things off his 14th floor balcony, and it states that it almost hit his young son, who was 22 months old, Amno. It didn't state that the child was harmed or that Mr. Sternberg was harmed, but he did settle a suit. Antonio Brown settled a suit with Mr. Sternberg in April. Now, I am kind of curious to why he would settle a suit if he didn't harm the man or damaged him, harm him personally or his car or something like that. But anyway, that's another story. Foolishness, as you see. But the crazy part about this story is that Mr. Antonio Brown appeared in court last week. He was belligerent. He was non-compliant. He would not answer the questions in the deposition. He obviously had an attorney present, and he stormed out of the meeting. Then he returned. He did a 5-minute countdown. Then he left again. And then his lawyer filed a motion to respond to the allegation of the property damage. It's in the upward number of 100,000 plus in damages that this company is suing Mr. Brown for damage to their property. And once again, like I said, I get on here weekly so far doing updates on this clown. I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Antonio Brown. I don't know what's going on with him personally. But I think it's sad that he has wasted his God-given talent on foolishness on these teams and causing problems and just, nonstop rhetoric with these people and complaints with these people. As I stated before in the last video, he is suing up to $61 million for payment, I guess, sign-on bonuses and with the Raiders and New England Patriots team. I don't know what the fallout with that will be, but naturally, we're almost at the end of this year, so I'm assuming these suits will go on into 2020. That's to be expected. But as far as Mr. Brown's behavior, I think it's sad. You go into a court of law, you have been summoned to this court because of your demeanor as far as trashing these people's multi-million-dollar condo. And then you have the nerve to countersue, and then you will refuse to answer the questions in this deposition, and instead you want to talk about suing them. Well, you can't sue them because you have yet to even answer the motion of what you have been charged with. So you can't discuss suing them when you're not even answering the question of why you're in court in the first place. And I think it's sad. And let me say this. He's countersuing because he feels like the property failed to keep his belongings safe in his apartment. He's suing for $80,000 and a stolen gun. I think it's a 9mm. So that was allegedly stolen out his apartment. As I stated before in a previous video, he never filed suit with the cleaning company that he assumed their workers stole these items, which also I find that odd. If you think these people stole it, why didn't you sue the cleaning company? You know who you had last in your home, if these allegations are true. But this just goes to show you the nonstop rhetoric and crazy and buffoonery on behalf of Mr. Brown. Like I said, truthfully, now that I've been doing like a video each week about Mr. Brown's demeanor and his civil suits they're arising one after the other, he's in need of some spiritual guidance. He's obviously troubled. He has a troubled spirit. And it's sad to see a human being wasting their talent and their life in general on buffoonery. This thing, this cause, this here. 2 allegations of sexual assault and groping by 2 different women. He's also being sued by a doctor on the East Coast for non-payment of a doctor bill at $11,500. Now you've got this real estate company in Sunny Isle suing you for damage to their condo that you once lived in. I think it's sad because it seems like every week there's something new coming up in a suit against Mr. Brown from somebody. And you have to look at that this doesn't look good for a human to be going through this stuff back and forth with different people. He is obviously a combative person, a stubborn person, and it's sad that he has chosen to live this way, but as they say, to each its own. He's chosen to live this way. He's chosen to keep getting in these type of scenarios with these different people, and it shows his character as a human that he doesn't have any empathy for anyone. He doesn't have any remorse for the things that he has done and said to people, sending threatening text messages to different women and emails to 2 different women who are filing suits against him, being belligerent in court last week and not complying with the court proceedings, not trying to act accordingly or acting civilly in a court of law. That's a court. And you're to go in there and act as if you have some sense. But as you see, he doesn't have any sense. And maybe to him, this is a joke. The 2 separate lawsuits from the 2 different women filing charges against him for sexual assault and sexual harassment. The doctor on the East Coast, this apartment complex. Maybe to him, it's like, well, I'm who I am. I don't care. You can do what you want, say what you want, but I'm going to go full throttle. I'm going to act a fool, whether you like it or not. And I think it's sad because he's too old, a 31-year-old man, behaving this way, racking up all these lawsuits one after the other. And now you're currently suing 2 teams for your payment for teams you haven't even played on. And mind you, you've got these binding lawsuits. You're going to need all the money you can muster up, buddy. Seriously. And, all jokes aside, because, I have come down hard on Mr. Brown, but it's sad that you're going to have to pay lawyers for each of these suits that you've got against you. And the fact that you settled one with this Mr. Sternberg in Florida speaks volumes. It's sad. Antonio, honey, get yourself together. Life is short. You're lucky to even be above ground, waking up, seeing life, experiencing life. And all you're doing right now is wasting your time offending people and bad-mouthing people and talking nasty to women and sending nasty emails to women that you have allegedly offended sexually, verbally. You're racking up lawsuits, one after the other, civil lawsuits. You've now been booted from 2 professional football teams. There's people out here who wish they could play pro ball, wish they could have gone to college and played ball. And you've been afforded these opportunities and you're wasting them on nonsense and fussing and cussing and talking crazy to, your team officials. And I don't understand what's wrong with you. I mean, you need to get it together, brother, because 1, you're too old and you're wasting your life. And of course, I'm nobody to you. I'm just some lady on a YouTube channel talking about daily events and giving my opinion. But I know life is valuable, and you need to realize that. And I think something terrible is going to happen to you if you don't stop this foolishness, and you're going to do something that you can't come back from, and you're going to regret all this stuff that you've been doing, all this nasty filthiness, venom you've been spewing out of your mouth and your behavior, and you're going to wish that you can go back. And you're going to wish for forgiveness, and you're going to wish you made better decisions in life. I'll keep you guys in tune to the next shenanigans, next buffoonery out here in America. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for your support. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.